Hello. Yeah, it's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. Yeah, changed my streaming times because I'm busy now on Tuesdays. And yeah, now I'm streaming on Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays. Um, yeah, today we're doing some kind of tutorial because today's stream is about from design to maybe licensed products, and we're talking about some compliance checks. What does that mean? When you try to pitch a design with a manufacturer, they want to see the BOM. BOM is short for bills of materials, and there are parts you can use in Bricklink Studio for Lego only MOCs, but not for off-brand sets. And that's enough. That's a bigger number of parts. In my database, there are right now 164 parts. And yeah, while designing, you don't always think about those blacklisted parts. They're blacklisted for several reasons. Like for example patterns, like for example designs, which are protected. One of the best examples is that 1x5 plate, and if you do those compliance checks ahead of the designing or ahead of submitting a design to a manufacturer, it helps them a lot because some have those blacklisted parts on hand, will run a check, or manually check your bill of materials against those parts, will mail you back, yeah, you need to replace those parts or delete those parts. Hot mama, welcome in. And I have those lists too. Um, Thankfully, I'm a software developer, so I have the tools to validate a bomb in minutes or seconds against those blacklisted parts. And of course, with the tattoo studio, we have those problems too. I'll point out some of the parts real quick, which I already know we need to replace or swap out. That are those plain modifieds 2x2. Sadly, those so-called D-snot bricks, those plates we need to replace. So it will be a bit of redesigning too, and of course, decided we need to remove the minifigure too. Okay, let's delete it. We can put her in later or save that design. Yeah, let's save it on a new file name. So today we'll clean up that design a bit. Okay, let's replay that one. And replace all parts. We can still use a jumper blade. Switch the color. Right one. We can still use those jumper blades, but we need. Which one was a cheaper one? Okay, and I think we have that for the red here, right? So what I'm doing now is just copy those and replace those with a 1x2 tile. So we still keep it on the same steps, which makes it a lot easier afterwards when doing the instructions. So that's the first bunch of parts we need to replace. All right, let's add the roof again. Okay, we need to replace some of those in there too. Need to realign some stuff. Okay, we need to replace those two. Time modified. Play modified, sorry. And the reason why I'm putting in all that effort is I know manufacturers value that help, and you gotta do it anyway. Okay, that's the first bunch of parts. Those are some typical parts too you need to replace or just swap out. That's the easier part, to be honest. Because especially with those, you just need to replace them with brick modified one by one with the stud on one side. All right. So let's see. Now I'm exporting that wanted list into an XML file, throw it into another program I use called Brickstore. That's for free. So I can generate that PSX file I can import into my tools for the compliance checks. So yeah, that's just a few clicks. Okay, we have some more parts now, but no problem. Okay. Okay, we still have all those. That one, okay. Okay. So I exchange them. Okay, we need to rework those two. Like same procedure as a VR James, same procedure as a VR Miss Sophie. No, it sucks because, yeah, parts go up a bit. But those off-brand sets are still a lot easier compared to real Lego. But if you ever buy an off-brand set and wonder why you have a lot of several parts, now you know why. Okay, we need to rework that section too. Know that already, because as I already told you, those parts are forbidden too. And those plates here are forbidden too. So let's export the bomb once again. And what we're doing here during the stream is usually a process that if the manufacturer has to validate the bomb, could they take several days because you mail them the stuff, they check it, give you feedback, mail them again, check it, they give you feedback until everything is okay. So before you submit a mock, try to do those checks, try to find out what parts are blacklisted. There are several databases on the internet. If you don't know where to look exactly, just ask ChatGPT. Can give you some proper links where you can look those parts up. If you've already worked with manufacturers, you might be in the lucky situation that sales sent you those part lists for internal usage and which they use internal to validate. So, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we need to. Yeah. Now the replacing fund begins. Or the replacing fund begins once again. Okay. Let's put some plates in here. Replace it with some plates. Okay. So we still have some parts left to replace, but that's gonna be interesting. Uh, Still not sure how I exactly want to replace those. Hmm. But most likely with 1x2 bracket. Okay, let me just export the bomb to check if those brackets are allowed or not. Didn't change nothing drastic, but yeah. Since I'm not sure if brackets are a problem or not, I'll check real quick. But yeah, sometimes you have to simplify designs. Sometimes you have to rework stuff. Now that's part of the game. Okay, those brackets are a problem too. Yeah. Now we gotta find solutions. Okay, let's check if this bracket is a problem. And yeah, right now it's more like a continuous process. And yeah, it can take some time, but better safe than sorry. Right now it's more like, here we go again. Okay, those brackets are okay. So we can work with that once. Okay. That really helps a lot. Because now I can use a 2x2 blade here. And that on top. Okay. I know with the other part it looks a bit smoother, but yeah, that's production reality. Okay, so same here, we replace that with a okay. And it can also happen that you need to remove printed tiles, um, but some of the manufacturers can do custom printed tiles or custom stickers already. Okay, let's see. Well, of course it doesn't fit. Okay, let's move it a bit higher, try something else. Okay. Good thing is, as far as I know, brick grounds aren't protected because they are used in a lot of MOCs, or that specific type of print ground isn't protected. Okay. Yeah, it's all a bit of improvising right now. Okay, let's see if we can find something what looks a little bit better. Not much, just a little bit. Okay, let's try a smaller grid. Okay, that might work. Okay. Not the part I dreamed of, but yeah. Looks like a legend. Well, let's see what we have was. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. One more time. Okay, ich habe immer noch irgendwo. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh, not. Okay. 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 Let's see if we can find a nice printer tile which might look good here. Well, that looks like 2 wells. Okay. Don't need that one. Okay. That looks at least kind of cool. Yeah, that looks at least a bit better. Okay. Let's check that design one more time. And then it should say, yep, you're good to go. No block parts. And that's where I'll continue to work on it to make it modular for Nightlife series. But that will be another session. Okay, right now with all the changes we needed to do to have a compliant bomb, we're right now at 408 parts. That's okay. I mean, the winter pizzeria was like 620 parts. So yeah, I mean, yeah, had to do some changes to the plant design in order to be IP compliant. Don't don't use any blacklisted parts and still kind of keep the optics of my design, where that rain pipe and the yeah, kind of AC construction was the hardest part. I change that tool real quick because with my upcoming plans, I'll just use a mills blade and bring this to a from a 16 by 16 stud to a 16 by 32 studs design. So I'll have some more space in this area. Have some more space maybe on the back for some backyard stuff. And maybe I'll throw in another door. We'll see. Um, but for now, that design would be ready to be sent into manufacturer and would pass the compliance checks. So I hope you found it interesting. Hope you like that different kind of stream instead of a pure build session or a pure design session. Hope you learned something from it, and maybe I'll do a spontaneous stream on the weekend. Otherwise, see you next Tuesday. Till then, have a good night and bye bye.